We are checking this. Kanyam.
What do you think?
So I see.
Yeah, I can't let him.
Yes, taking the. Wow. Meow. Facebook page and our YouTube channel. As always, we also want to thank our hosts for giving us a glass of juice and a cat. Oh, tiger. Yeah, but anyway, thank you very much to our hosts. As always, we'll start by thanking this guy.
I saw it coming. Immediately, Gus touched the cat. I just saw
this guy tried Kazai. He's tried Kazai, it's refused.
I just go and do his bit. I knew he was going to be the cat.
Episode 26, part 3 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the 3 Quarters podcast. Today being the 28th of May 2017, we're shooting from Langata, and we want to thank our hosts for giving us the time to shoot episode 26, which will be dropping in the course of the week on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. We also want to thank our hosts for the glass of juice and the cat here. Simba Pilsner. But anyway, thank you very much to our hosts. As always, we start by thanking our fans, our followers, our subscribers, our viewers, for taking your time to watch an episode of the 3 Quarters podcast. And on behalf of the 3 Quarters podcast, all we can say ni asanteni na shukran sana. With every passing day, of course, the road to Japan draws closer. As a matter of fact, the Kenya Simbas started their international season yesterday, 27th of May 2017, when they took on Germany at the RFUEA grounds. They'll be taking on Uganda, Senegal, and Tunisia in Nairobi, and then they go to take on Zimbabwe in Bulawayo and wrap up with a game against Namibia in Windhoek. Therefore, jump onto the road to Japan hashtag to support the Kenya Simbas, because we do believe that they actually are going to make it to the Rugby World Cup in Japan in 2019, and also because these boys are the superstars of rugby in Kenya. This is Ngashi Official Noisemaker,
Jerengus Kenyana, and
we're going to part 3 where we normally talk about everything other than rugby. Just to show you guys that we do know sports, it's just not about rugby.
Diverse.
So our first topic is going to be the FA Cup final that happened yesterday at the Wembley Stadium in London. Yesterday, 27th of May 2017, Arsenal coming out on top, beating Chelsea 2-1. What were your thoughts on that game?
It's fantastic for Arsenal, I think.
Yeah,
at least they're not empty-handed. They're not going home without anything. Considering that now Arsenal is out of the Champions League. At least a trophy this can futa machozi kidogo.
Consolation.
Consolation kidogo. It's a big trophy.
The FA Cup is actually the oldest cup competition. I have to say for me
as well.
I have to say for me that was maybe one of the gutsiest performances I've seen from Arsenal this season. It's only sad that it comes late.
As usual.
They actually did put up a fight and took it to Chelsea. And the goals from Alexis Sanchez, of course, in the first half, and then Diego Costa equalized, Victor Moses was sent off, and then Aaron Ramsey wrapping it up for Arsenal, that is. I do think it was a gutsy performance. Unfortunately, next season they're going to be in Europa. But you only hope that they carry on what they did yesterday. As an Arsenal fan, you only hope that they carry on what they did yesterday.
And be consistent.
Into the next season. But anyway, that's it for the FA Cup final, and English football actually is over. We had the Europa League that was played last week on Wednesday. It was Manchester United versus Ajax. In Stockholm, Sweden. Sorry. Manchester United winning 2-0, and of course now Manchester United earning a spot in next season's Champions League. What are your thoughts about that? Pogba and Mkhitaryan.
Mkhitaryan was quite good actually. He was some good reaction. Well, it's good for Manchester. At least we've been talking a lot of trash. This is the sitter. And then now I'm wondering though, these guys are talking now, dissing Arsenal guys that will be playing
Champions League,
Europa League rather. And those guys will be playing Champions League. Yet again, you're here dissing this league, and yet you're celebrating having won it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
They'll never see that part.
They'll never see that part.
But
anyway, Yeah,
you have to give credit to Manchester United. They knew that they were not going to finish in the top 4, and therefore they focused all their energy in the Europa League, which was some brilliance from Jose Mourinho.
I think,
So congratulations to Manchester United on winning the Europa League and of course playing in the Champions League next season. Just a quick mention that the other leagues, of course, are coming to an end. Germany, of course, Bayern Munich. No one else. France, Monaco have actually taken the Ligue 1 from Ligue 1. From Paris Saint-Germain.
It was quite close.
It was close, yes. Spain, we have Real Madrid beating Barcelona to the La Liga. Italy, it's more likely going to be Juventus.
There's no way there's no way guys can catch up.
Yes.
So 1 game left.
So I mean, I think for me, Monaco, mainly because of we've seen PSG dominate the league. The French league, because of the money that has been pumped into PSG. So Monaco was a shocker for me, but it was a good shock.
This is their 8th title.
Exactly, it was a good. It's just like Leicester winning the Premier League last year. It was a good shock when you actually have like nurtured talent, systems development coming and winning something. So that one I have to give props to Monaco. The others I think were pretty. Also Real Madrid.
They held their own.
Yes,
also Barcelona were coming.
Exactly. Also
Barcelona were coming.
Yeah. So congratulations to Zinedine Zidane if he listens to this. Champions League final is happening this coming weekend on the 3rd of June. It's going to be between Juventus of Italy taking that is known as the Old Lady, taking on Real Madrid in Cardiff at the Cardiff Stadium. How do you think it's going? What do you think is going to be won? Who do you think is going to win?
I'd really love Real to win.
Yes.
Because I've always been a fan of Real Madrid.
Yes.
But Juve with their defense, which has been quite excellent.
Giorgio Chiellini and Dani Alves.
And they haven't lost a single match.
Yes.
This Champions League from the group stages. So it's going to be a tough one.
A tough one.
A very tough one. We might even go to extra time.
Yes.
Yeah, we just might go to extra time, I believe.
And last time, I think 2 episodes ago, we discussed about this thing, and I said that, and I still stand by it. I would like Real Madrid, if it's for Real Madrid, I'd like Real Madrid to win, just to defend, because no one has done it. Yes, but also I'd like Juventus to win so that Gigi Buffon wins a Champions League
before he retires.
Before he retires.
Can see
he's 39 years, man. Gianluigi Buffon, and he's been Italy's stalwart for what? He came in after Francesco Toldo in 2002, and he's been there, you know.
Close to 2 decades.
So I'd actually like Gigi Buffon to leave with a trophy, but we wait and see how the final is going to pan out next week on Saturday. That's the 3rd of June, when Juventus take on Real Madrid at the Cardiff Stadium in Cardiff, what used to be known as the Millennium Stadium.
Hala Madrid.
Yeah. NBA Finals starting on June 1st between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors. A rematch of what has been the last 2 NBA Finals. Where do you think it's going to be won, and who do you think is going to win this one?
I think the guys who will win this, the team with a better bench,
yes,
I think will win the title.
The title, yeah.
However, it won't be a clean sweep as we've been seeing. Yes,
it won't be a clean sweep.
Same as Cleveland as well. Yes. They were shocked a bit by Boston.
Yes.
But it will be a tough one. I think it might end game 6.
Actually, on this one, I do think it's going to end game 6, number 1. There are 2 things for me. It's good if Draymond can play all games, because I think Draymond is the one who's going to be charged with manning LeBron. I don't think anyone else on that team can man LeBron James. If and as you're saying, have a deep bench, then I think Golden State have been able to add some brass. As dirty as he is in Zaza Pachulia, as dirty as he is, at least in some brass, you know.
Do you think what he did, what happened with Kawhi was intentional though?
I don't know. I mean, with Zaza you can't rule out anything, but I don't know. So I do think if it's not going to be for Steph, Kevin Durant. I just think if Golden State can contain LeBron, actually, I like contain LeBron, because LeBron can explode, but Kyrie Irving, yes.
Kyrie is dangerous.
Because for me that was the MVP.
Danger mouse.
Because for me that was the MVP for last year's NBA
Finals.
It's unfortunate he's not the franchise player. That's why he didn't get it. But anyway, I think how do I call it? How do you call it?
I call it Golden State, man.
I'm going to side with you on this one. I think this year. Last year I backed the Cavs. I think this year, Golden State.
Because last year, I think they must have learned from last year. Throwing a 3-1 lead.
Yes.
One game.
Yeah.
Well, to the final, then you lose it.
Then you lose. But anyway, we wait and see the NBA Finals starting on June 1st, 2017. It's going to be first at the Oracle Arena. Yeah, it's going to be at the Oracle Arena in the Bay Area, the home of Golden State. And then, of course, that's where it's going to start because they are the best two games. Yeah, they are the better home record. Yeah. So that's the NBA Finals June 1st. And since we're on basketball, actually, before we could continue, we have the F1 results that have just come in.
Yeah. Yes. Just this being
Monaco Grand Prix, the Principality.
This being the 28th of May. Yeah. Just had the Monaco Grand Prix. Won by Sebastian Vettel of Ferrari. Coming in second was Kimi Räikkönen and his teammate, Ferrari. Third was Daniel Ricciardo from Red Bull. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised.
Hamilton was not here. No Mercedes in the top 5, actually.
And he was starting from 13th.
Yes.
I don't know what happened during qualifying.
Yeah.
But he had a good race though.
Yes.
Finished 7th.
So you still think it's going to be Vettel and Hamilton?
Still Vettel Hamilton, man.
Fair enough. That's the F1.
There'll be one or two races you will find the Vettel will finish.
Yes.
and that's when
Hamilton will catch up.
Yeah.
We wait and see how the F1 season, of course, the Formula 1 season is going to pan out. Takes us to our bonus topic. Since now is when everyone starts talking about basketball, we figured that it would be good to have a bonus topic from basketball. And this is an argument I know we've had before. So our bonus question this evening on the 28th of May 2017 is who's the greatest shooter that we have watched in the NBA? Gus, I'll let you go first.
I think you know my answer.
Yeah.
Steph Curry is the best shooter I've seen. And I think it's the best that I'll continue seeing maybe for the next 3 years or so.
Yeah.
This guy's range, his consistency has been perfect. His percentages, look at it, he's what, 45% shooting, and he can still improve on it. The best percentage would be Kyle Crowe, I think, the guy for...
Nope, actually the person with the best percentage is Steve Kerr.
Percentage in a season.
3-point season. Overall is Steve Kerr, yes.
Okay, per season, I'm talking about per season.
Yes.
The highest was 53 something.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
By Kyle Crowe, the guy for...
Kyle Crowe, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yes.
But the best I've seen,
yes.
I'll stick to it. I know I'm gonna catch flag from you.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, as much as he's not the clutch shooter.
Yeah.
Sometimes he has been.
Yeah. Sometimes he has been clutch.
He has thrown a few clutches.
Yeah.
But I'm sticking with him, man. His range and his consistency.
Yeah.
Perfect, man.
To each his own, and everyone has their own opinion. And I know I'm going to take slack for this. Steph Curry, yes, in terms of he can shoot off the dribble. And as you're saying, his percentages are very high in terms of
quick release.
Yeah, but for me, the best shooter I've watched, I have to say, is Reggie Miller. Indiana Pacers shooting.
I can say reality.
No, for me, I think it's, and it's not. I'm not going to boil it down to percentages, and it would be between Ray Allen and Reggie Miller. First, because my arguments always start with the days that these guys played. In a less open game for them to be that accurate from a 3-point range in a game that was more about getting to the bucket than perimeter basketball, for them to be able to put up the numbers they did those days, that's why I think they are actually very good shooters. But for me, Reggie Miller was just the guy, as in his persona, his clutch shooting.
That's quite good.
And that's why I always think about I think it was game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals in '98. It was a clutch 3-point. He was being carried by Ron Harper. He comes, he shoves off Michael Jordan. He takes it up, 3. So for me, it's nothing to do with the stats. For me, it's just how he made me feel.
How he made me feel.
And for me, that's why I think my greatest shooter has been Reggie Miller. But anyway, to each his own, and everyone has their own opinion.
Kila nyani
na starehe yake. And as we always say, our opinions are our opinions only and not binding on anyone, and neither are the opinions of the General 3 Quarters podcast. That has been episode 26, part 3 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the 3 Quarters podcast, today being the 28th of May 2017. We ask you guys to like our Facebook page, We ask you guys to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember, the Kenya Simbas need our support this international season. Therefore, keep supporting these guys on a day-to-day basis. This is Nashi Official Noisemaker.
Jeremy Goops, Kenyana.
Keep it live, keep it locked. Episode 2017 coming shortly.